orientation. In Tai Chi forms, for example, brush the knee is a maneuver where a lot of Tai Chi teachers tell their students, your tip of the thumb of the pushing hand needs to be on your center line. Now why? Have they ever tried and compared? Because if you try and compare, you will find out that bringing the tip of your thumb to the center line will make the tip of the thumb powerful. But it's not the part of the body that you actually transmit energy with. It's the long point of your hand, the point in the middle of the palm that you use to transmit energy. That's the major energy gateway, one of several major gateways in the body. This is excellent gateway for energy projection. So I wonder if you compare what it's like to try pushing something or someone, say your practice partner, with a hand located on your center line or slightly off, so that the tip of your thumb is in the center line. Or sometimes people say, make it so that it's in front of your shoulder, or make it so that it would be in front of your hip, or a variety of other ideas. Now, I don't want to say these are bad ideas or good ideas. Let's say some people may resonate with them. Some people may not resonate with them. How about you? Which way do you resonate with? Which way works best for you? If you compare the results of the push done with a hand on the center line as opposed to the hand where the tip of the thumb is on center line and the palm is off center line, I'm pretty certain that you're going to get different results. The results is what really going to prove or disprove to you whether or not this principle of orientation works. And this is something that Qigong is famous for. Virtually everyone who's progressed from the basic through the intermediate and advanced levels of Qigong studies become an embodiment of the principles that they learn. Why? Because this is what our practice is really all about. It's not about forms. As you probably figured by now, I don't even teach any forms. I don't even find them necessary. However, I'm not going to talk you out of doing forms if there is another style of Qigong or Tai Chi or some other discipline that you may study alongside with Qigong where there are forms. Sure, knock yourself out. Do some forms. But I wonder if you can inform yourself to observe these principles within those forms. Now, this may require some adjustment of the way that you do those forms. And sometimes people are afraid of making any adjustments because they think these forms are perfect just the way they are. Well, believe me, a lot gets lost in translation, and a lot probably got lost from the person who created this form to the next generation of the students, to the next generation, to the next generation. And even when the person created the form, it was fuzzy. It was not obvious to them how this form was supposed to be. It's not like this form was just given to them by God and they were told, do this form, and if you deviate from it, you go to hell. Obviously, people dreamed up these forms. It was not very clear to them how this form was supposed to be, and then they clarified it a little bit for themselves, and then it became a little bit more effective. Perhaps they made some changes to make it even more effective. Obviously, they were creating this form step by step. Does it mean that once the form is released to the public, the process of creation stops? No. This would make it a dead art. Anybody who practices the energy arts seem to want to practice living arts, not dead arts. What's the difference? The living arts continue evolving, developing to greater degree of refinement. And sometimes that also means letting go of some elements or some details that don't prove to be very effective.